Hi, and welcome to Carolina Varsity's 2013 look at the NCHSAA playoffs. I'm Dale Ross.
And I'm the pet man, Matt Morrow.
And Matt, this next 4AA game is a rematch of a conference game that occurred earlier this season. Kind of a shocker. In number 10, West Mecklenburg, 9-2, going over to play Providence, the number 7 seed, at 7-4. So here's one of those games where we have a higher record, a better record team having to travel.
Yep.
Because they lost to this team earlier in the season, 31-27. And of course, we haven't really been talking about what teams did last week. It really doesn't matter.
That's a new season, man.
It's a new season. For West Mecklenburg, they lost to Providence in the game they were expected to win.
Right.
West Mecklenburg was expected to be the one contending for the conference championship. Instead, it was Providence because of their upset win over West Mecklenburg. So I think going into this ball game, you've got it's going to be a close match, and there's going to be a lot of emotion.
Exactly. And this is my game of the week, so I'll be there at this one. If you do see me, I'll probably be on the sidelines. You can come say hello. For you West Meck fans, Providence is 0-2 when I've been at the games. So they don't want me to come, but we're coming anyway. I think in this one, it's going to be really interesting because we mentioned earlier, when you got a rematch, the team that loses is the one at an advantage, especially when it was a close game. And after this one, West Meck probably felt like they shouldn't have lost this game. They were down, they came back. They couldn't pull it out on the last drive of the game to get that last score. Jalen McClendon threw 3 interceptions. Sean Wilson had a big game after being shut down in the first half, came back in the second half, had a real big second half to get West Meck back in the game. But Providence made enough plays. They were able to make some plays in the passing game with Austin Prohl and Caleb York at quarterback. They were able to run the ball and be balanced. And I think really the key for Providence is they got to find that passing game. I was at the game last week where they played Catholic, and they ran the ball a lot. And I think, they probably even ran it too much.
Right.
Because against Catholic, you can make some plays in the passing game, and they were down an offensive lineman who had got injured, and another one got injured during the game, so they were down 2 starting offensive linemen, and they had some issues protecting, so maybe they were a little nervous about trying to put it up more. But they got to be able to throw the ball against West Meck this week and be balanced. And I think they run their read option offense. They do pretty good in their read option. I think they got to have some play action stuff off of that ready to go. West Meck will be probably a little more aggressive, knowing that Providence has some linemen that could be out for this game, and probably try to force some quick decisions and maybe force a turnover or 2 in that read option. For West Meck, at halftime of the previous game, they made an adjustment and went to their power I offense. And that's what got Sean going in the second half. I think they come out in that power I, and you can impound it right at Providence and make them stop it. As we saw last week with Charlotte Catholic, they pounded it right at Providence and had success, obviously. But West Meck's run game is not as the same as Catholic's. It's a different type. Catholic runs wing T. West Meck's gonna be running more of an power I type thing, which is more kind of direct. With the wing T, you got a lot more guesswork, kind of things you have to read and such. Also for West Meck, they did throw those 3 interceptions like I mentioned earlier. Maybe you come out, if you get in a 2nd and long or a 3rd and long, throw some screens with Sean Wilson and Van Smith. Get those guys in the space with some linemen in front of them. And those could go for some big plays, especially I think on 2nd down. 2nd down, I think, they're going to try to blitz and get West Meck into a 3rd and long situation where they have to throw the ball, and they don't want to do that unless they absolutely have to. So maybe screens on second down is something that, West Meck can look at and take advantage of. But, I definitely think this is going to be another close game. I think West Meck is happy with their seeding here. They're happy with the matchup. I don't think Providence wanted to see West Meck again, especially after beating them in such a close manner. And the way that game was going second half, if West Meck had more time, maybe they keep running the ball and they pull out a victory. But, it's going to be a heck of a game. It's going to be a really big crowd at Providence. It's probably been a few years since they've had a home playoff game. I expect a really big crowd, and, we'll be there to cover it.
And I may show up in the second half. Don't be surprised. Things may work out on there in the first half. I hadn't really made my plans completely yet for Friday. The couple of things I'll say is that, of course, West Mecklenburg, you need to play good integrity on that quarterback. Your defensive end and linebackers need to be, play your responsibility all the way through. You've seen the read option; it's gotten a little better since you saw it. So you'll need to play it. You'll need to play it tougher. And I agree. I think Providence needs to find the air a little bit more if they want to pull off a win here. I think the cards favor West Mecklenburg mainly because of the rematch. Just the whole thing about playing a good team twice in the season, and I know you can maybe throw examples up where that doesn't work out, but West Mecklenburg wanted another shot at Providence because this is one of the games that the West Mecklenburg people felt like they should not have lost, and so they want another shot at it. Now, of course, Providence, they'd probably say, well, bring it on. We'll just show you again. So should be a great ball game. If it is a huge crowd, parking can become kind of questionable at Providence, and you have to park down the road, down 51. So get there early if you want to make sure that you're able to park inside. Thanks.
We're gonna walk inside and guess what's up? Put the food on my plate and some coke in my cup. Give me some chicken.